The 2026 Ford F250 Super Duty immediately commands attention the moment you see it sitting under the bright showroom lights. Finished in a rich brown exterior color, this heavy-duty pickup looks both rugged and surprisingly sophisticated. From the front, the truck presents a wide, confident stance, with a massive grille, bold bodywork, and modern LED lighting creating a powerful first impression. This first-look review focuses mainly on the exterior front design and the details that make the new F250 stand out. Even before getting close, its tall hood, large proportions, and squared-off styling communicate that this is built for serious work. Walking toward the front of the 2026 F250, the first thing that catches your eye is its imposing grille. Ford gives the Super Duty a strong visual identity, using a large grille area that dominates the front fascia without making the truck appear unnecessarily complicated. The grille design looks especially impressive in the showroom because the surrounding lighting highlights its different textures and surfaces. Depending on configuration, the grille treatment can create a distinct personality, but the overall appearance remains unmistakably Super Duty. It feels functional rather than decorative, reinforcing the idea that this pickup was designed around capability, durability, and confidence. The brown paint gives the truck a different character from the traditional white, black, silver, and gray colors commonly seen on heavy-duty pickups. Under showroom lighting, the brown finish reveals subtle changes in tone as light moves across the hood, fenders, and doors. It can appear darker in shaded areas and warmer when the lights hit the body directly. That makes the large exterior surfaces look more interesting without relying on excessive styling lines. The color also works well with the truck's rugged proportions, creating a combination that feels premium while still maintaining the tough visual personality expected from a Super Duty pickup. The front LED lighting is another major highlight. The 2026 F250 uses modern lighting technology to give the truck a recognizable nighttime appearance while adding a contemporary touch during the day. The headlamp assemblies look substantial and carefully integrated into the front design, rather than appearing like separate pieces attached to the body. LED elements can create a crisp appearance when illuminated, and the lighting signature helps emphasize the truck's width. In a showroom, the lights provide an immediate visual focal point. They also complement the large grille, creating a front end that looks modern without losing the traditional heavy-duty truck attitude. Looking at the hood, the F250 continues the Super Duty tradition of using a tall, substantial shape that communicates strength. From the driver's perspective, the raised hood provides the visual impression of sitting behind a large protective structure. From outside, the hood gives the front end considerable height and presence. Subtle sculpting across the surface prevents it from looking completely flat, while the broad dimensions match the truck's heavy-duty proportions. The hood design also flows naturally toward the fenders and grille, producing a cohesive front profile. Everything appears intentionally oversized, but that size is appropriate for a truck designed for demanding jobs. The front bumper is another area where the F250's practical character becomes obvious. Rather than trying to hide its size, Ford embraces the truck's substantial dimensions. The bumper provides a strong visual foundation beneath the grille and headlights, while its shape contributes to the overall protective appearance. Depending on equipment, the bumper can include various functional features designed for towing, recovery, parking assistance, or additional lighting. The important thing is that the front end does not look fragile. It gives the impression that the truck can handle rough environments, construction sites, trailers, and long workdays without appearing overwhelmed by its own size. One particularly interesting aspect of the F250 exterior is how its design balances modern technology with traditional truck proportions. Many newer vehicles are moving towards smoother, more aerodynamic front ends, but the Super Duty maintains a bold, upright appearance. The windshield remains large, the hood is tall, and the front fascia has considerable vertical presence. These characteristics help distinguish the F250 from lighter-duty pickups. It looks like a machine built for people who actually need heavy-duty capability. At the same time, the LED lighting and refined body surfacing prevent it from looking old-fashioned, giving the truck a contemporary and carefully finished appearance. The front fenders contribute significantly to the truck's muscular stance. Their wide shape gives the F250 a planted appearance, particularly when viewed from a low angle. In the showroom, the brown paint emphasizes the curvature around the wheel openings and creates reflections along the upper body. These reflections make the truck appear even wider than it already is. The fenders also transition smoothly into the hood and doors, helping the entire front quarter look like one connected design. From this angle, you can appreciate how Ford combines large functional components with styling details that make the truck visually appealing even when it is simply parked. The wheels and tires are also important to the overall exterior impression, although the front fascia remains the main attraction in this first look. Heavy-duty pickups need substantial tires and wheels to support their intended workload, and the F250's wheel openings provide plenty of visual space for that equipment. Depending on trim and configuration, wheel designs can vary significantly, changing the personality of the truck. A more rugged setup emphasizes work capability, while a polished wheel design can make the same truck appear more upscale. Either way, the large wheel and tire combination complements the tall body and reinforces the Super Duty's serious road presence. From the side front angle, the F250 looks even larger than it does straight on. The long hood, upright cabin, large front doors, and substantial wheelbase create a classic heavy-duty pickup silhouette. The brown color makes the body lines easy to follow, particularly under bright showroom illumination. There is a clear sense of length and mass, but the design does not appear visually confused. Ford keeps the major lines relatively straightforward, allowing the truck's natural proportions to provide most of the drama. This approach works well because a heavy-duty pickup does not need excessive decoration to communicate strength, size, and capability to viewers. The mirrors deserve attention because they are both functional equipment and a visible part of the truck's design. On a heavy-duty pickup, large side mirrors are essential for towing and maintaining awareness around a long vehicle. Their substantial size fits the F250's overall proportions rather than looking out of place. Depending on configuration, additional features can enhance their usefulness while towing. From the front three-quarter view, the mirrors add width to the truck and emphasize its professional, work-oriented character. They also remind you that the F250 is designed for more than commuting. It is intended to serve drivers who regularly carry, pull, and transport demanding loads. Another detail that stands out is the sheer height of the front end. Standing beside the truck, many viewers will immediately notice how elevated the hood and grille are compared with ordinary passenger vehicles. This height contributes to the commanding driving position associated with heavy-duty pickups. It also creates a strong visual relationship between the grille, headlights, hood, and front bumper. The design feels substantial from almost every angle. Even parked inside a spacious dealership showroom, the F250 can make the surrounding vehicles appear smaller. That physical presence is a major part of the Super Duty identity and remains central to its appeal. The front lighting design becomes especially interesting when viewed up close. LED elements can provide a precise, technical appearance, while the surrounding housings add depth to the front fascia. The headlights do not simply illuminate the road, visually, they help define the truck's face. Their placement alongside the massive grille gives the F250 a wide-eyed but serious expression. The lighting arrangement also creates a modern contrast against the truck's traditional upright shape. This combination is one of the reasons the Super Duty continues to look current without abandoning the familiar appearance that longtime Ford truck buyers recognize immediately when they see one. The grille itself deserves another close look because its scale changes the character of the entire vehicle. It is not merely an opening for airflow, it becomes the visual centerpiece of the front end. The surrounding frame, internal pattern, and Ford branding work together to establish the truck's identity. On a brown vehicle, the contrast between painted surfaces and darker grille components can make the front appear particularly bold. The large grille also creates visual separation between the upper hood and lower bumper area. From several feet away, it is the first detail most people notice, and from close range, its size becomes even more impressive. The front camera and sensor areas, where equipped, demonstrate how modern technology has become integrated into heavy-duty truck design. Instead of placing every feature in an obvious location, manufacturers increasingly hide or blend sensors into the exterior. On the F250, these elements can support driver assistance and parking-related functions while maintaining the clean appearance of the front fascia. This is important on a vehicle of this size because additional technology can make maneuvering and towing more manageable. Even though these components are small compared with the grille and bumper, they represent an important part of how modern heavy-duty pickups combine traditional mechanical strength with electronic assistance. The brown exterior also changes the way the truck photographs. Bright colors can make a large pickup look even more dramatic, while darker or earthy shades can give it a more mature and premium appearance. The brown finish sits somewhere between rugged and upscale. It works especially well with the Super Duty's large body panels because the color allows reflections to travel across the surfaces without overwhelming the design. Under warm showroom lights, the paint can appear almost bronze in certain areas, while shaded portions look considerably deeper. That variation gives the exterior visual depth and makes a relatively straightforward truck design feel more sophisticated. Walking around the front corner, the truck's stance becomes one of its strongest characteristics. The front wheels sit beneath broad fenders, the bumper extends confidently across the width, and the hood rises above everything else. Nothing about the F250 suggests delicacy. Instead, every major component appears designed to withstand real-world use. This is especially noticeable when comparing the truck's front end with smaller pickups. The F250 has a heavier visual vocabulary, with thicker shapes and larger surfaces. Yet the modern lighting and carefully controlled body lines keep the truck from becoming visually clumsy, showing how current design can combine toughness with refinement. The showroom environment also reveals small details that might be difficult to notice outdoors. Under controlled lighting, the paint finish, panel alignment, trim surfaces, and reflections become easier to examine. The brown exterior shows how smoothly the body panels transition from one section to another. Looking closely around the hood, headlights, grille, and fenders can provide a better understanding of the truck's construction and design priorities. While a showroom cannot demonstrate towing ability or off-road performance, it is an excellent place to appreciate the exterior. Here, the F250 can be examined slowly, allowing every major styling element to receive proper attention. One of the strongest qualities of the 2026 F250 front design is its confidence. It does not need aggressive graphics or exaggerated decorative features to look powerful. The size of the grille, height of the hood, width of the body, and shape of the lighting system already create a strong identity. This restrained approach can appeal to buyers who want a truck that looks serious rather than flashy. At the same time, different trims and options allow owners to personalize the appearance. The result is a family resemblance across the Super Duty lineup while still giving individual versions enough visual character to stand apart. When you look directly at the F250 from the front, the truck appears almost symmetrical, with the grille establishing the center and the headlights framing it on both sides. This symmetry gives the vehicle a stable, confident appearance. The lower bumper then completes the composition, creating several horizontal visual layers. The tall hood adds vertical strength, while the wide stance stretches the design from left to right. These proportions make the F250 appear substantial without relying on complicated styling. It is the kind of front end that can be recognized quickly in traffic, even from a distance, because its overall shape remains distinctly Super Duty. The LED lights also contribute to the sense that this is a modern 2026 model rather than simply an older truck with minor changes. Lighting technology has become one of the easiest ways for manufacturers to communicate freshness, and the F250 uses that advantage effectively. The crisp illumination, contemporary housing shapes, and integrated front design give the truck a technologically advanced appearance. At the same time, the lighting does not overpower the grille or make the truck look like a futuristic concept. Instead, it fits naturally into the existing Super Duty design language, preserving the tough character that buyers expect from this model. For buyers interested in appearance, the brown color may be one of the most memorable aspects of this particular showroom truck. It offers an alternative to the more common neutral pickup colors while still looking serious and professional. The shade does not make the F250 appear delicate or luxurious in a way that conflicts with its purpose. Instead, it adds personality to an already imposing vehicle. When combined with LED lighting, a large grille, substantial wheels, and strong body lines, the brown paint gives the truck a distinctive visual identity. It is a finish that can attract attention without relying on excessive brightness. There is also something impressive about seeing the F250 in a showroom because the controlled environment allows its scale to become obvious. Outside, the truck might blend into a parking lot filled with other large vehicles, but indoors its dimensions are impossible to ignore. The tall hood, large mirrors, broad body, and substantial front bumper occupy significant space. The showroom lights highlight every contour, while the polished floor reflects the lower body and wheels. From several viewing angles, the truck seems to change character slightly, appearing rugged from one direction and premium from another. That versatility is part of the appeal of its exterior design. Overall, the 2026 Ford F250 Super Duty makes a strong first impression from the front. The massive grille, modern LED lighting, tall hood, broad fenders, substantial bumper, and distinctive brown paint combine to create a truck that looks ready for serious work while remaining refined enough for everyday driving. Its exterior does not attempt to hide its heavy-duty purpose. Instead, the design celebrates it. From the first glance to the closest inspection, the F250 communicates strength, confidence, technology, and durability. For anyone walking into a showroom to see a Super Duty in person, this front-end design provides plenty to examine. The biggest takeaway from this exterior first look is that the 2026 F250 continues to understand what makes a heavy-duty pickup attractive. It is not about making the truck small, soft, or overly aerodynamic. It is about making the size purposeful and giving every major component a reason to exist visually. The grille looks functional, the bumper looks protective, the hood looks powerful, and the LED lights bring modern technology into the traditional truck formula. The brown finish then adds a personal touch, making this particular example stand out. As a showroom presentation, it is an impressive combination of classic Super Duty toughness and contemporary design.